Hello, welcome back to the Manga Sloth. TMS in the building. Thank you for watching. Today we're doing Manga Sloth's November reading log. Now I know what you're saying. You're saying, Mr. Manga Sloth, I know you're a sloth. I know you're slow, but come on. We're 10 plus days into December. You're now just giving us a reading log for November? I am sorry. Yes, I am. This year has been crazy. I know all of you are having difficulties, little ones or big ones. I wish you all the best and stay safe. November was a tough month, and I've just been a little slower to get to things. As you can see, my November manga haul was right on the end there. So I am sorry this is a little late. Let's get into it and let's stop wasting your time. Check out some of this sweet manga that we read this month. Starting with this beauty. The Rose of Versailles hardcover edition, volume 3. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we read shoujos on this channel. I'm not just the Shonen Jump sloth. We read shoujos. So check out this series. These are a bit expensive, but they're definitely worth it. The self-proclaimed queen of shoujos. These volumes have filigree. They're gorgeous. The pages are gorgeous. This lady is a part of a 24 lady group. I didn't know this, from the 70s and 80s, who were called like the creators and masters of shoujo or something. I could be messing that all up, but it's something like that, and it's freaking cool. There's a lot of great shoujo manga that came out of that era by these ladies. Super amazing. Check this sweet stuff out. Next up, Girl from the Other Side, number 9. It came into my house and got read immediately by me and my wife. Check out my review of it up there somewhere. It was amazing. It blows my mind, and this needs more hype. All right, So I'm a Spider, So What? I think number 7 and 8 were read this month. It's up to date now, still waiting on the next one. Very well written, very funny, very funny. And Spider in an RPG world, leveling up, learning new skills with story, backstory, and mysteries, and cool battles and everything. Sign me up. All right, My Hero Academia 25. I read this and 24 also, I believe. These covers are freaking sweet, and they're awesome looking. And on top of that, these last 2 volumes were excellent. If you read them, you'll know what I mean. My Hero Academia to me is great, but it's still a middle of the road-ish, maybe a little better shonen. And issues like this and learning about the villains and their backstory and everything really gives it that boost and more excitement to read this than I've had in a little while. All right, Komi Can't Communicate, number 9. Read this, still ongoing, very funny, good series. It's written like an online comic. As you can see, nothing ever goes out to the edges, so it looks like from a distance a regular book, but it is not. It is a manga, and it's very good. Speaking of middle of the road to me, I need your help, manga community, and your opinions. Has anyone read any more of this? I just have volume 1, and from what my wife says, it is just all about eating, and it wasn't too interesting. Not too much excitement about this. This might be one that was just picked up because the art looks very good and the cover looks nice, and it kind of has that Witch Hat Atelier cross hatching and stippling in it, which make the art look super nice, and I like that. I like that a lot. But story wise, it's kind of meh right now, so it might be worth a try for volume number 2, but beyond that, if it doesn't pick up, it might be dropped. So let me know if anybody's read past 2, 3, 4, and if it's good, if it's great, if it's middle of the road. I'd love to hear your thoughts. More shoujos. There's more shoujos. Check it out. More shoujos. This is Love Me, Love Me Not. I still have not heard if anybody loves me or loves me not, because I'm a creepy sloth. So I apologize. I'm not easy to love, and I have a ginormous sloth head. I understand. But back to this manga. This is a shoujo that is becoming very popular. I still think it's behind the scenes a little bit, and not the manga behind the scenes. It has yet to really shine out, but I believe it's growing in popularity. It is very good, very cute, and very good story with very if I can say very anymore, great characters. Did somebody say great characters, great story? Come on, of course Jujutsu Kaisen is here. I read this one and number 6, I believe, in November. This story, like many of you have said, is impressing you, and the anime is one that I would love to watch. I have not watched any of it yet. And these covers, come on, these covers are looking spicy. Story's great so far. Fighting and battles are pretty awesome so far. Hopefully it just keeps going in that trajectory, because it is great, and I believe going to be one of my favorites on my shelf for a long time. Okay, if you've made it this far, we have gotten to Radiant 13, which I read last month, and we're going to make a little pit stop here because I have heard through the grapevine that some places and some people are considering Radiant not a manga. So I'm putting my sloth toes down and letting everyone know this right here is a manga. It looks like a manga. It reads like a manga. It smells like a manga. Yeah, it smells good. It smells like shonen manga goodness. And the most important thing to tell if it's a manga or not, is it a manga? Yes. So now you know it's a manga. That's how you can tell. You just say, is this a manga? And yes, it is. So there you go. This is a manga. I don't know who's saying it, where it's coming from, but this is definitely a manga. And is it because it's French and it comes from France, or it's made in France or Europe or somewhere else that's not Japan? Is that why? This is not an American comic. This is a manga. And let me tell you all, this is a great manga and everyone should give it a chance. It's a shonen, but it's way different than a shonen. It has plenty different. Doesn't have all those bogged down stereotypes of shonens or anything like that. I can do a review on this sometime in more detail. I love Radiant and I'll be reading it for a long time, or as long as Tony Valentine, or however you say his last name, makes it. It's great. Dr. Stone, I've actually heard people say this is not a manga, how much they hate it. I don't hate it. I like Dr. Stone. It's not my favorite manga, but it's definitely not the worst manga out there. It is way different. That's what I love about it. It's like nothing I've ever read. It's all sciencey and chemistry and all that school stuff. But it's written in a way that is super awesome, and obviously we can't complain about the art. Bocce is amazing. Dr. Stone was read. Here is one that a lot of people like. Daytime Shooting Star. Number 9 was read in November. A very good shoujo. This is one of those ones on the top of my wife's list. When it enters the house, it doesn't take very long for this to be read, and she loves it, loves the characters, loves the story, and it's going strong right now, and it is a very good shoujo. Speaking of shoujos, here's a shoujo I have read last month called Black Clover. It's a shoujo about a little boy who would love to be the Wizard King, and there's lots of battles in here, and training and fighting, lots of character progression through group battles and struggling and sweet action. Some people would call this a shonen, but you know, they could be wrong. There's so much love in here, the love for battle, that, you know, it could be a shoujo. Next up, we got Snow White with Red Hair number 10, another series that I am looking to maybe watch the anime of. And yes, Bearded Otaku is the one who told me about that. I forgot last time. The anime looks like it's going to be super awesome. If anybody knows how far the anime goes, I know it's only a small chunk to the anime. I'd be interested in knowing how long the anime is compared to the manga right now at number 10. Okay, Chainsaw Man number 1 was read. I'm a little late to the party with this. I read it last month. I'm not sure if it came out last month. I can't remember. Honestly, I got so much manga coming in and going. One thing I can't remember is times. But this was a good time. It was funny, action-packed. I'm excited to see where it goes. I got number 2. I'll be reading that this month, and you'll see it at the end of the month on my reading log. Hopefully it won't be late. But a lot of hype behind this, so hopefully it keeps going strong. Speaking of super duper awesome, you've heard me talk about this a few times. I did catch up to Agent in November. I think I only read number 14 and 15, but I did catch up to it. I won't go in too much detail with it. I did do a review, first impression kind of thing of it, and it's awesome. Action-packed. And the villain in this is a villain like I've never seen before, which is keeping me on the edge of my seat when I read this. All right, as you've seen in the manga haul, the wife read 1 through 10 of Beauty Pop. She got this last month and she blazed through this, and it was a very good series. She said that she enjoyed. It is a nice 10-part series, so if you're interested in a little shoujo with a decent story, you should check it out. And she has a cat named Shampoo. What else is there to talk about? We got Full Metal Alchemist number 11. Not gonna go into too much detail about Full Metal Alchemist. It's one of the staples of shonen. These editions continue to impress me and be completely awesome. They are great. The series is great, and it's been a joy to go through it again and reread it, see all the characters. Just wonderful. And last but not least, Demon Slayer 19. I think I read 17 and 18 also last month. They stacked up a little bit. Right now there's tons of battles, still some character progression, learning more things about characters' pasts. But I'm gonna be honest, might do a complete review on this later, but I'm telling you right now, I think there's 3 volumes left. I mean, I could be wrong, there could be more, but if I'm right, there's only 3 volumes left, and I think it's gonna end way too quick. Way too quick. If there was 5 left, I think that's too quick. I'm right, and it ends at 22, and I could be wrong. That seems too quick. So, I don't know the ending. I know I heard some, you know, little tidbits about how the ending was not good, and some people say the ending was good. So I will judge for myself when I get it in physical and finish it. So that's that for November. Once again, I apologize for this being late. I hope you enjoyed the video. What did all of you read this month? Let me know in the comments.